All right, so let's give him lots of love and energy. Please put your hands together for Alex, everybody.
Okay. Hello everyone, thanks for coming. I'm sorry, I said that the venue is filling up very nicely. I think we're up to, 6 paying customers right now. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming. And I'm sure those 1,200 bahts will do wonders for Chris's financial situation. So this is my first time. My name is Aleksandar Kostić, Alex for short, and I come from Serbia. I actually work as an IT consultant. Yeah, let that sink for a minute. An IT consultant. But basically, all I am is a glorified programmer, you know. I know a bit about many IT areas, so I'm able to direct people with some confidence. Shit, I don't have any notes.
No worries.
No, I have them in my pocket, but I'm not gonna take them out. So yeah, IT consultant. Yeah, I direct other people. What the fuck do I say next? I'm very sorry. This looks so bad, but I just need a little bit of. No, it's hard. It's much harder than I thought. It really is hard. Oh yeah, my consultancy rate started at 1,800 baht an hour, so you can talk to me after the show. But enough about work. I basically arrived to Thailand some time ago for a 6-week vacation with some friends. Now those friends are gone. No, they're not dead. They're just gone. And today I'm starting my 12th week of vacation. Because as you can obviously see, I love it here. I mean, it's so good here. And I know a lot of you foreigners actually live here, so I believe you understand my sentiment about Thailand. Of course, being just a regular guy, you know, the usual guy, I like the usual stuff. The food, you know, the beaches, weather, you know, women. I especially like those crazy scooter taxi drivers, you know, the ones that think they're like Valentino Rossi, you know. I had many fun times riding with those guys, and I can wholeheartedly recommend it. But there was one thing that really impressed me when I first got to Thailand, and I actually saw that on my very first day when I arrived in Bangkok. High water toilets. I mean, I'm serious, high water toilets. You know, in Europe, you have a big bowl, and then you have just a tiny amount of water at the bottom. And when you poop, it's like pooping basically in a teacup. And what happens when you flush? I mean, it leaves skid marks every single time. So you really have to have a brush next to the toilet to wipe away all the shit. But now you have a shitty brush, and now you need to clean that brush. So enter the world of high water toilets. I mean, it's just beautiful. You poop, your poop basically floats. This is also one new thing for me. I didn't know that the poop floats. Yeah, the poop floats. And then you flush, and everything just needs to go away, you know. And this is it. There is one word that I would describe this with, and it's beautiful. If you can use that word when talking about toilets and, you know, excrements. So I'm getting a motorcycle license. No. I'm jumping a bit forward. Yeah, we are staying on the topic of toilets, because toilets are always a good topic for stand-up comedy. I was in Koh Samui, in the Green Mango area, so I go to a toilet, and there is this warning inside. Basically like a printout, and it says, I quote, "If you puke, exclamation mark, it is 500 baht. If you not advise stuff, it is 1,000 baht fine." And there is this picture, of course, there is always some sort of picture. It's just in case you don't know English, or I guess you don't know how to read. But there is this poor guy, and he's on his knees. He's holding his chest like this. I'm not really sure why. He might be having a heart attack as well. There's no warning about not having a heart attack in toilet, so I think that's okay. And he's really going at it, you know. He has this nice thick stream, like he's puking from a fire hose, yeah? And it's blue. The motherfucker is puking blue, you know? I don't really know why. I guess because of all the mountain water, you know, he chugged up before that, you know, chug. Yeah, and this toilet in Koh Samui, it has to be the best secure toilet in the world. I mean, they have these revolving doors, and they literally use bars that are this thick. And the bars go all the way to the ceiling. If you ask me, the decent thing would be to leave at least half a meter at the top. Why? Because if the toilet is closed, and you really need to go, and you're willing to climb, and you're skinny enough to actually squeeze through, I believe you actually deserve to go for free, without paying that 10 baht. But obviously the people that own the toilets, they don't agree with me, so the bars go all the way to the top. But imagine that, you've had maybe one too many drinks, or you maybe you comboed a little bit, you know, like alcohol or weed, I mean alcohol and weed, maybe alcohol, weed, and cocaine. I mean, there are many good combos to get you fucked up. Just experiment a little bit. And you start getting this funny feeling in your, in your tummy or maybe in here. You go to the toilet, you pay your 10 baht, and you see a sign. What the fuck do you do? Do you just run out? Do you waste your 10 baht? Or do you just go in there and do your deed? But afterwards, do you actually advise the staff and pay 500 baht? Or do you sneak out? Because like me, you believe that toilets are for puking, and whoever made up with that silly rule deserves some sort of difficult puking punishment. Okay, I'm done with toilets. We move to something entirely different. I'm getting a motorcycle license back home. You know the real motorcycle license, A category. I passed all the basic training, but I didn't have enough time to finish the exam because winter caught up with me. For those of you from the tropical belt, I would say only the three of you. Yeah, only the three of you, and of course our lovely ladies. Winter in Europe means snow, ice, rain, and cold weather. So it's really unfit for riding a motorcycle. So I come to Thailand and I decide maybe I should get a scooter, you know, just to practice motorcycle riding a little bit. And it was an excellent idea, I have to say. You see, I learned many useful skills while driving here. For instance, filtering, going around on both the left and the right side of cars. What else? Speeding up when you're approaching the pedestrian crossing because you don't want those pedestrians, blocking your crossing. I also developed this sort of selective color blindness, especially when looking at the traffic lights, you know. Is that green? Okay, maybe I better speed up just in case it is. So, yeah. I've had a great time here. In total, I think I had 8 scooters, yeah? I only crashed 2 of those, so basically 25% crash rate. Now I can see some of you already thinking, okay, this guy, should he really be driving a motorcycle? And I'm gonna tell you, during basic training my crash rate was actually 50%. I crashed 1 out of 2. So this really shows a really good improvement for me in both terms of safety and security. Next year I'm planning on maybe going down to 12.5%, so maybe 1 scooter out of 8 I'm gonna crash. You need to set the bar low enough, really, to achieve sensible goals. It is something that I learned from Dr. Peterson. Yeah, we're almost done. I saw Chris waving at me, but maybe I have 1 or 2 things to say. Yeah, as I said, I crashed 2 scooters, and both crashes actually pilot error, I have to admit. The first one, I was buying some water in 7-Eleven, and I put those bottles inside the trunk. And I'm a lazy bum. I never lock actually the trunk because then you need to use the key to open it up. I just close it and sit. I get on my scooter, start moving away, and for some mysterious reason, half of the parking lot in front of 7-Eleven is covered in sand and gravel. And what happens, you know, my rear wheel tire starts going like this, and I start panicking because this has never happened to me before. So I naturally let off the gas from the throttle, and the bike loses all traction, and I go down, of course, on my ass and on my back. The trunk opens up, all the bottles start flying out, and you know, the nice lady selling food in front of 7-Eleven, she laughs at me. The second one was actually even stupider. This happened, I just recently arrived to Koh Samui, maybe 1 or 2 days ago, so I didn't really know the area very well. So there is this very sharp right turn on one intersection. And I come to that intersection, I'm not really sure if it is my intersection or if it's the next one. And too late I realize what's going on. I step on the brakes, I almost stop completely, but I'm just a little bit too far into the intersection, so I need to make an even sharper right turn than I would normally have to do. And there is one thing you need to understand. I'm actually driving Honda Click 125, which is way too small for me. I basically look like an elephant on a bicycle. So I start trying to make this U-turn, and the stupidest thing happens. my right handlebar hits my right knee, and I can't make enough turn, and of course the bike goes down, and I go back down on my ass and on my back. I stand up, this is basically noon, there is no one on the street, I stand up, I remove whatever is left of the rear view mirror, I get on my bike, and I drive away. This was basically the last time I rented scooters in Thailand, because I realized I learned my lesson. Maybe smoking 2 grams of high quality weed isn't the best way to operate heavy machines. That was all for me today. Thank you so much for coming. I give you that on Kostile.